And welcome everybody to Showcase an Evening with the Arcturians. How are we all doing? Oh my bloody goodness. Hello. Oh God, you guys have been here for a long time. Oh, Diane from 6:30 this morning. Oh my God, that's 3 hours ago. My time. Wow, you must be keen as mustard. How are we? Thank you everyone for joining. This is going to be such a good event, such a powerful event. Oh, my friends, the Arcturians. We have the beautiful Rebecca V here as well. She is ready and raring to go. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, what a beautiful group. All right. In a moment, I'm going to bring up Rebecca. I'm going to just do a bit of housekeeping first. If you are watching this and cannot comment with the rest of us, what that means is you might not have YouTube open. You might just be clicking on a web version of the YouTube. So make sure that you're actually in YouTube and then you'll be able to comment with the rest of us, okay? Oh, okay. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in the beautiful Rebecca V. 1 second. Hello, superstar.
Hi, guys. Hi, Jai.
How are you? How are you?
I'm so glad to see so many people here from my Patreon, which is so great.
Yes, and my Patreon. It's a lot of.
Is this our third or our second event together? We did the Pleiadians.
We've done many events together, but just you and I. This is probably the second.
Hi, Venus. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Tiffany.
So this is going to be full of channel messages, light activations. Yeah, it's going to be so fun. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So what have you got going on for us?
Well, I connected in with the Arcturians. Ooh, I just felt their energy come through. They're like, we're here, we're ready. I just posted a message from the 9th dimensional Arcturians on my socials because I was connecting with them just to sort of see, what are we doing tonight, guys? What's on the agenda? And so they have a message. So I'll channel a message specifically for this group. As you know, and I'm sure all the audience members know, they know who's here. They know each and every one of us. They know what we're challenged with, what brings us joy. You know, they just know us so well. So there's a message. I don't know what the nature of it is other than loving. And then a light code activation. They want to bring through this activation in particular, and the ones they've been bringing through recently, really since I got back from Guatemala, they're primarily meant to activate dormant DNA. And so it's the crystalline structure that's coming online. And so that's the intention. And I'll channel more and I'll ask specific questions if I need to, if they don't explain it, but I think they probably will. So, yeah. And so what can we expect from you? I'm curious to know what we can expect from you.
I'm so glad that you said that, activating dormant DNA, because that's what mine is based around as well. So, yeah, it came through very strong that it's really a lot of clearing of the old junk, the old paradigm, the old us, to push forward through a portal into the new version of us, the new expanded energy, expanded frequency, activating gifts and you know, which is obviously activating DNA, all that sort of stuff. So it's quite wild. I said it to my people on Patreon, and actually you copied it as well, but I did it for Charlotte, my partner, ancestral healer, last night, and I did it for myself as well in that time. And yeah, it was pretty wild. This morning, we both woke up with pretty intense third eye pain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what comes of that. But yeah,
Interesting. And you sent me it was like a sacred geometry
it is. Yeah,
type
yep,
thing going on.
yep.
And you just said, what do you feel when, and it was just the photo of it. It wasn't like an
Yeah.
explanation. And the first thing I felt was codes coming through.
Uh-huh.
So it's just so cool how that stuff is like embedded into something that we can create physically, right?
Yep, yep. So what I'm also doing, as well as that activation, is I'm doing an attunement of sorts with that very symbol. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Excited.
what that means to me, what I feel it means, is moving forward when the world seems like it's falling down around you, and we're piled inside like cattle, and anything else that's going on negative in the world, that you can literally just call upon that symbol or feel that symbol, and it'll help move you back into the right direction, to the right frequency. Yeah, so I think we're all going to need it moving forward.
So in other words, the symbol itself is permanently encoded with that frequency that
Yes.
you want to reference back to and realign to.
Correct.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know, right?
And that's really how light language, for example, works.
Mm-hmm.
It is just coded with frequency, with light codes, right?
Yeah.
So just for any of those who might be newer to this path that we're on, sometimes things, were like light codes and frequencies and, all of those kinds of things, it can be overwhelming. So they say the Pleiadians in particular have said, I know we're doing Arcturian tonight, but they have said before that you can remember listening to a light language activation and receive the same benefit than actually listening to it. So it's very similar, idea.
Yeah.
So,
but just to take that a step further, you don't need to remember every note.
No, of course not. No, you don't have to memorize it.
No.
It's just remembering
that it happened.
The feeling, or just drawing on that it occurred. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So my sense is that tonight the Arcturian collective is going to come through, and this is a high dimensional, high vibrational collective. It's not one dimension. It feels like probably 9 through 12 is what it feels like. They are non-physical. I don't know that I've channeled many physical Arcturians. I have with the Galactic Federation. But when it comes to these messages that I've been bringing through for years, it's typically been the guys with no bodies, the light being guys. So
yeah. Who can present themselves in different ways as well.
Absolutely.
So traditionally, they're very tall and skinny and full of light. Kind of look like Mr. Burns bodies, but
that's such a good episode. Such a good episode.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily like to be seen that way. They like to be seen more regal. But yeah, beautiful beings, and my very close friends. Anyone who knows me knows that I work with the Arcturians a lot, because I'm a walk-in as well. So as Rebecca knows, so yeah, I had a walk-in. For anyone who doesn't know, God, what would it be now, Rebecca? A couple of years ago, at least, maybe 4 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was wild. It was wild. So I had this little Arcturian fellow come up to me in a meditation and said, "Are you ready for the soul swap?" And I'm like, "What?" I didn't know what it was. They said, "Are you ready for the soul swap?" I said, "Only if you are of the highest vibration." And I held my hands out like this. Instinctively, I when I see galactic beings, I hold my hands out like this, and I think it shows them that I'm safe as well.
Mhm.
And then they just put their hands over or he just put his hands over my hands, and then either everything went really white or really black. I don't even know, but I lost all time and space. And then I come out of it feeling like a different person. It was wild. So,
So, can I ask a question about that out of
yeah,
curiosity? I
of
feel
course
like
you
the
do.
audience probably has tons of questions too, but I feel like we've talked about this before, but refresh my memory. Um, what when you draw on your memories before and after, just your memories that you've acquired in this lifetime,
Yeah.
you must notice a marked difference.
Yeah. So it's interesting you say that, right? So memories of childhood seem the same,
Okay,
but they might not be, because what people don't realize is when you change timelines, you change memories of the past as well.
correct. Like the
Right.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
But so generally speaking, it's the same. And I thought, how is that even possible? You know, it wasn't until I had a QHHT session with Chrissy, and that was only 2 weeks ago.
I'm having
And
one with her tomorrow.
oh, dude, it's so good. It's so
I'm
so
so
good.
excited.
Anyway, I firstly got to see the walk-in happen from the Arcturians' perspective. I got to see the Arcturians say goodbye to their family.
Oh.
Yeah, dead set, and then come and then do it all from the
I can
family's
feel
perspective,
the
looking down.
emotions of it because I'm tuned
Oh,
into it.
yeah, yeah. And as it turned out, the Arcturian itself had to go through similar traumas in his
Makes total
lifetime
sense. Yeah.
to be a vibrational match
Yeah, it
for
wouldn't have
the.
worked otherwise.
Yeah,
100%.
and I never even thought about that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Never
I
even crossed
see
my mind.
stuff like that all the time in the Akashic records. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just wild. What a spin out. What a spin
That
out.
is freaking cool. So, can you I know we're not doing a whole interview thing here, but I'm just totally interested. From your perspective, um, what occurred? Is it the same oversoul that is inhabiting your body, yet sort of like a different level of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness that's walked in? Like, how do you see it?
I see it as exactly that.
Okay, that's what I
As
thought.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't then, because I didn't have
Right,
the awareness of it, but I
right.
see it as now that we were connected. It could very well be just an alternate version of me,
Right.
that is just stepping in more and integrating. But the reality is I quit $190,000 a year job within 48 hours of that soul swap, just to be able to do this.
It's so
So
out of alignment, right? To that
everything changed.
version of you, that
Yep, and
higher version of you.
apparently it had to. Otherwise, I never would have moved forward. And when I tell you everything changed. Like,
But you're living your aligned path now,
oh yeah, yeah,
right?
absolutely,
You're living your
absolutely,
aligned path.
yeah.
So
And healings have just been so much stronger. Like like healing has been so much stronger. Like the things that I can do with the help of the Arcturians, like, is just ridiculous. So,
yeah,
um, life changing stuff.
they
So
are one of the collectives, like I would say the first handful of different star groups that I worked with when I started channeling as like a baby channeler. The
yeah,
Arcturians were one of three, really. The
yeah.
Galactic Federation, the Pleiadians, and the Arcturians were
Yeah,
the
yeah,
three
because
first
the
ones.
Arcturians are so keen to come through. They've been working with us so closely for such a long time now. They're very connected. They love setting up that portal of connection, to help raise the vibration of the world, because it raises the vibration of them as well and the rest
Yep.
of the universe. It's just what happens. We're all connected. So,
And they operate from a place of service to others. It's
oh
like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
it's just natural for them
Hmm.
to do what they're doing with us
Yeah.
and with others, right? So
Yeah.
cool. Well,
They, but
thanks for all
you're
that.
welcome. They are master DNA manipulators,
They
though.
are.
So quite often I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll feel like pinpricks in my feet and things. So they also gave me this energetic tool, which is what I use in my in a lot of my healings. And what it looks like, for anyone who doesn't know, is it's like a pendulum. It looks like a pendulum. It's got this red sort of rope cord, and on the bottom it's got this like metallic little thing, but it's not like a metal that we know
Mhm.
of here on Earth.
It's not
And
like
what
adamantium.
yeah, yes, it's not a fake metal.
Right. It's not a fake
um,
metal, but it's not an
yeah,
earth metal.
not an Earth metal. And what I do, and I teach this in level 2 because I give it to people as well, so they have it. It's just energetic device, but um, what it does is when I put it in, it attaches to these traumas and to this you know, dark energy and things that need removing, like a magnet, or just attaches to it. Because I see all that stuff as like black mist and black like soot, and it just attaches to it, and then I pull it up and it gets cleared by the elements and go back and repeat the process. Like it is wild in getting rid of pain, getting rid of so many things.
And
Yeah,
you
entity
must
removal.
see results from the people that you work with.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people in this very group will be able to attest to that.
So I just have
Yeah,
to say I'm so grateful for not only for your friendship, of course I'm grateful for your friendship, for Charlotte's friendship, but for you sharing this gift that you have, because it really is a gift. It's and you've gotten progressively more tuned into it since I've known you, and that's
yeah.
been a year or two, you know.
Yeah, look, it's good for you to say that, because sometimes when you're in it, you can't really see the forest for the trees, and you just keep toiling
Totally,
away.
I get it. I get
So
it.
yeah, it's good to have that perspective and that comment. So thank you very much. Yeah,
I
I
love to
will
see
do my
you
best.
talk about the work because I can see what you're describing, and it's so your soul is so connected to the work, probably more so than you even fully realize.
Oh,
Like,
without a doubt. But
you know,
the answer is the more I let go,
hundred
the
percent,
the more it happens. So
100%.
it is a constant case of that, and I'm sure that that's the same for you with your channeling, and the same for everybody in this group. The more that you can relax and let go and know that you're supported by the universe instead of having all that control, which we are
Just
so
going with
used
the
to.
flow here, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, look, Charlotte has joined.
Charlotte has
Hi,
joined.
Charlotte.
um, yes. If anyone's not following Charlotte, and I know you can't really follow on here, but yeah, check her out on TikTok and Facebook and
And guys,
Instagram.
anyone who's just seeing Jai for the first time, if this is your first event or you've just discovered him, he is one of the most gifted healers that I've ever come across, and I've come across lots of people who call themselves healers.
Thank you.
And Charlotte as well. Charlotte is also a healer, and that's
Charlotte is an ancestral healer and sacred womb healer, and Charlotte is literally the best that I know. Like
yeah.
how she can so effortlessly do everything she does. Like, my God, like she just read a testimonial to me this morning from someone saying that they have been trying for 20 years to fix all their problems. Charlotte fixed them in an hour.
Wow. Wow.
1 hour, completely gone. Like completely different person. Can you imagine that?
That's just crazy. I can though, because the stuff that we're dealing with, the energy that we're dealing with is magical.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it really
magical.
is.
And these gifts that we're all bringing forward are not gifts that have just been birthed in this lifetime. They're gifts that we've carried with us on the soul level for many lifetimes.
Yeah.
Many lifetimes. One of my favorite things about Camp Rebecca is meeting her amazing friends. I love that. I love that. And also I have to say that Jai is hilariously funny. He cracks me up all the way from Australia on WhatsApp all the time. And Charlotte and Jai are two of the most humble, genuine, honest, loving, light-filled people And like, I'm pretty picky just because I have like an energetic detector for bullshit, you know, and it's just hard for me to really connect with people. And I've definitely feel connected to these two. I know this is not our first lifetime together, that's for sure.
Oh God, no, no. And same with Chrissy as well. There's
Chrissy
a
is
very small group of people who are who are able to work on me, who can work on me, and who I allow to work on me. And yeah, basically very, very limited people, other than my the people that I train to do what I do,
right.
My course. But that's only because I trust multidimensional energy. But
Right.
yeah, absolutely. You're a massive part of not only my current reality, but certainly what we are going to achieve in the future. And
So excited.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. So
I do.
yeah.
How many people are in the room? Are you able to tell that? I'm just
Yep.
curious.
There's 30 people right now.
Cool. Well, hey guys. Hey. So am I going first?
Yeah, you are going first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, my love. That was awesome. And I will sit back and watch with bated breath as well. And see you when you're done. Just give me a thumbs up, and I'll be straight back in. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll be
Perfect.
here. Okay. Hi guys. So I want to just briefly talk about the energy of the Arcturians before I bring their message and their activation through. The Arcturians are an extremely evolved race of beings who are from the Arcturus star system in the Milky Way galaxy. They are very, they have a divine masculine energy, but they are very, very loving, deeply, deeply loving, supportive energy. I invite you tonight to open your heart to allow yourself to experience that energy and feel that energy here, because their energy is very, very potent. And so if you are just beginning to practice discerning between one energy and another, this is a great opportunity because of the potency of the Arcturian energy. As a race, they are very focused on technological advancement and exploration, galactic and beyond exploration. My sense is that the Arcturians as individuals have a hard time sitting still. They're always wanting to go and do something and help someone create something. Whereas a lot of other star races are more home planet bodies. The Arcturians are very heavily involved with the Galactic Federation and all of the Earth directives. And they're my peeps. So they're already giggling at me. I can hear them. So I'm going to bring a message through and a light language activation. Or light language, I'm not sure if light language will come through, but a light code activation. Which things are you going to activate and what is needed to open for everyone? They will guide us as we go. Okay? They will guide us. But my understanding with the communication that I had with them prior to signing on here tonight is that they were going to activate dormant crystalline DNA. So we as humans, as Homo sapiens, have been taught by the Dark Elite Collective that we have a 2-strand double helix DNA structure. And in fact, we have extraterrestrial 12-strand crystalline DNA when it's fully online. And so the process of ascension on the individual level is the activation of that dormant DNA. That dormant DNA, or what our scientists call junk DNA, holds the light codes that allows for us to move up in consciousness. And that is the ascension that we're moving through right now. And yes, stay hydrated. Very important as these codes come through, because you'll experience ascension symptoms and the like. Give yourself time for integration and all of that. So we'll talk more about that if we need to. And here comes the message, guys. Hello, dear beings of Earth. We are the Arcturian collective. We are a collective of multi-dimensional beings of light. And our primary purpose, our primary directive, is to support the ascension of humanity. We are here helping those who require additional assistance in their awakening. And we would argue that each of you, in one way or another, require assistance. One of the things that is common among humans who are moving through their awakening is believing that they are not where they are supposed to be. But we believe you know better. You know that everywhere you are is exactly where you are supposed to be in any given moment. We cannot begin to describe the elation, the excitement that we feel as we witness your awakening, your ascension, your transformation. We look upon you as brothers and sisters who have experienced immense amnesia, and you forget who we are. Most importantly, you forget who you are. And we are here to help you remember. Set the intention now, if you are willing to receive these codes, this healing, this activation, call it what you will, but the purpose of it is to allow you to step away from the old energies, the old density that no longer serves you, and into the energies that do, the energies that will allow you to embody your soul on the physical level. This is the point, yes, this is what you are all doing here. Not just here tonight, but here on this planet, on this very troubled planet. We would instruct you to take a few deep grounding breaths at this time, in through the nose and out through the mouth, setting the intention to connect your energy to the consciousness, to the frequency of your Mother Gaia, to ground yourself, to allow for the preparation to receive these energies at this time. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. Breathing in and breathing out. We are connecting with each of your energies now, plugging into the unique coded fields that each individual in this collective embody, resonate with. As this channel mentioned prior, We do know all of you deeply. We know your hearts. We know your minds. And we use this information to support you. We will begin the deliverance at this time. Relax and know that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Shiaku sansin kalakskumakia. Shiakala kaskum matskini kitskara kasi nakaskubu kinakskara pa. Shaka tikuma ki nakskini bi katuskunu bi katakasgiri di kapatskira kapakiro rukwa. Shiaka mesu nakatkina. Shia makatkina, shuru patsingiri kata, shuru matskini tukubu chikita. Shia kalakskunu patsingini tsini skarabahina, suri shosabi, serious or be sorry, be serious, karabskara, skarabskara, Shiakame. Shiakame, Shasrupu, Naxini Kitskrapa. Allow for the energy to flow into your field like air, like water. Release all resistance and state that I receive all that will support me at this time. Shiakana suma. Shikatuma skina sarapatkita surubu chikichina kutuma. Shalakatuma katini chikuna sita tarapus to be here. That's got his ruby here. That's what in Chudu Pakishka. We are beginning to align the energetic grid within each individual to the crystalline vibrations that you are moving into, allowing for more integration of these energies, Shiakana, as you move through the next 2 weeks. Shiakunusu Makatakina, you will begin to remember parts of your past lives, and as such, your gifts. Remember that the gifts that you carry within your unique coding are simply the sum of your past life experiences. You are good at something because you have done it before. Shianakan nasu miki naksuru buhi lakatskari bihi nakatskari gajuru bihi rakskara baki laka. Shiaka mesa nakatku akitakataka. Allowing for the codes to flow from the top of your crown down through your root chakra, all the way through your arms, your legs, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. Shiaku mekana katsuku mandanki la katsukubuchi. We are providing you with a particularly intense activation because you are being supported by the solstice energies that are currently traveling within your planet. We would not otherwise be able to deliver this magnitude of codes. As one of your participants has mentioned, and very intelligently, remember to stay hydrated, eat clean foods, move your body, and listen to your body. Rest when your body is asking for rest. It is a sacred duty we hope you will all begin to adopt. One final surge of energy now, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Release any tension within the heart and be open to our energy. There is a universal flow of energy that is always operating. You do not need the Arcturians to access this flow of energy. You are a divine spark of the great source creator. You are God, and therefore you have direct access, a direct channel through your own energy field to this universal flow. The reason we are noting this at this time is because we would encourage you all to consciously and actively seek this energy on a daily basis. It is free, it is always available, and it is always meant to support you. We are the Arcturian Collective, and we love you with everything that we are made of. Yes, hello, we are the 9th Dimensional Arcturian Council. We thought we would pop in here for a moment, seeing as all of our brothers and sisters have already joined. What a wonderful thing to witness, to watch all of this energy flowing through each of you on the individual level. One thing you may not realize is the profundity of the collective energy that is present here and now between the 32 of you. You are collectively activating grid lines. You are activating collective energies, dormant DNA in the collective. As you begin to come online, so does humanity. We want to thank you and point out this fact and remind you that you are so much more powerful than you are aware of. Not that you give yourselves credit for. We understand this is part of the human condition, part of the human psyche. But your awareness limits your understanding. And through this activation that you just received, you will begin to remember how powerful you are. And not only that, why you came. And that will send chills down your spine in a good way, because what you are doing here is profound. It is courageous. It is sacred. We want to briefly remind you to release all resistance around where you are. You are all on one level or another struggling with some area or aspect of your lives that you do not prefer. Release resistance and it will disappear. It is a simple formula. Go with the universal flow and all abundance will find you. We are sending you all of our love, all of our light. And for now, we will step aside. We are the Arcturian 9th Dimensional Council. Okay, they're done. That was great. You coming back, Jai? How did you guys feel? I can hear the frequency and sound in between. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, guys. I think Jai is going to come back in a moment. There we are.
Here I am.
Hi.
That was fun. Can everyone please make sure that they're drinking plenty of water? I know it was said a couple of times in the comments, but as she sips now, and I know when I'm saying it, I'm actually talking to myself as well because I need to. But yes, that was
so
awesome.
funny. I felt the 90 Arcturians kind of go whoosh. Wait, we're not done. Like I kind of thought they were going to be done, and they're like, wait a second, we just want to come in really quickly. It was very cute. So it's interesting. I don't think I've done a light code activation that energetically intense before. And obviously, like, they were showing me when I was channeling, I don't even know how to describe it, but they were basically showing me, as they mentioned, the solstice energies really allowed for them to do that. And it's so funny. They also were kind of telling me as I was channeling, that's why you guys were going back and forth about dates. We wanted it to be at this time. We want you and I, when we were initially planning this, and I didn't even think, yes, oh, that's like right after the solstice. I didn't even think, they're like, we were like moving the energies around to try and make sure you guys were doing it at that time. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, that worked out perfectly then. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Mind blown.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so lots of pinchy pokes, lots of tingling, people are saying.
Yeah.
Lots of buzzing, tingles, needles. So interesting. So interesting.
And you know what the best part is, guys? If you don't already know, you've got this replay for life. So you can go back and watch and re-receive as many times as you want, forever and ever and ever.
Yep. I just love their energy so much. So it's funny too, because normally when I channel, they kind of like, when the channel's done or the message is done, they kind of go. But I was very consciously aware that they just sort of stepped outside of my energy because they're coming back for you. So it was like, they're like, we're just here. We're just over here in the rafters. We'll be back. Yeah. So they're lined up for you.
Good. Yes. It's a big group, isn't it? So
I couldn't even tell you, probably hundreds. I mean, of souls. That would be accurate. Not thousands, but hundreds.
Yeah. All with the same agenda, which is the same agenda as what I have, which is raising the vibration of the world. Yeah. So we talk at length about energetic matches, and that is a prime example of it. You know, we're all here for the same reason, and I know that everybody in this group here is here for the same reason as well, and that is fundamentally to raise the vibration of the world, to step into that new earth, to create that reality that we want. So to, you know, heal yourself and others. So that's it all starts with you. So
the other thing that they're just saying, this is like a really weird sort of random thing they're saying to me now. This is the Arcturian collective. And they're saying there are people in this room, they're like, we want you to give this message, who are struggling with feeling embarrassed or apprehensive about their ability to channel. And they're particularly saying light language. There's some people in this room who are struggling with it. And it's like this energy of like, it's weird. It sounds weird. This is your sign that you're supposed to be doing it. So they're using the opportunity to get to you. So whoever that is, I feel like it's more than one person in the room. Start putting that camera on and letting it out. And just let it roll.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be doing it.
Because when the camera's on, we're not talking about going live. This is camera on, just recording. Yep. You can always delete it. Yep. It's your reality. You have the power to do that.
Yep. And technically you don't have to record, but it's cool because we're capturing these activations that come with the light language, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool.
That was beautiful, Rebecca. Awesome. As always, you're amazing. I have nothing but love for you. So for people who don't know, Rebecca has her own Patreon. Where she uploads videos and channels things that may possibly normally get her kicked off another platform. So
Yep, that's pretty much
yeah,
why I started it.
yep, yep. So if you want some deeper insights, then you can head up there to patreon.com/Rebecca Vidnoff.
Thank you for putting that up there for me.
Oh, dude, I got you. So also down there, if you need to get a hold of Rebecca for one-on-one work or to see what events she's got coming up in the future, then that's her link tree. So I had a one-on-one session with Rebecca, and
we're due for another.
we are a swap. And yeah, I've got to do the heavy metal removal for you, actually.
Yeah, let's organize an energy exchange.
Yeah,
after for sure.
Yeah. Anywho, so what Rebecca channeled, I don't know if I was expecting different, but to be in Rebecca's presence when she is doing it, and because I'm so galactic, I just love all that sort of stuff. She's like, "Yep, I love Galactic Past Lives. Let's see exactly where you're from," and go just so excited by the whole lot. It is so cool, and yeah, what the information that came was mind blowing. Not only that, but her authority in that realm is unmatched.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do it quite like you, where you stand in your power. You will not take shit from anyone.
That's true.
Yeah,
but I think I'm still coming from love always. I
of
try
course.
to anyway.
Of course. But it's more like she'll receive an answer and she'll be like, "That's not specific enough. Give me some real things, real things."
Well, you mean when I'm talking to like the guides and the galactics and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, they forget we have a narrow lens down here.
Yeah.
We need specific types of answers.
Exactly,
right?
because when you ask a question and their response is just be.
Yeah. I'm like,
you're like,
no,
nah.
we need more.
We need more. None of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. Tegan and I, you know my friend Tegan really well.
Very well, yeah.
We call it the guide's answer. Oh, it's a very, like, she'll ask me a question. I'll go, oh, it's a very guide's answer. I just preface with that because it's not going to be a human answer that you want, you know?
Yeah. I think that's because your gifts and things really come online relatively recently in relation to your whole lifetime.
True. Yeah.
So
5 years.
Yeah. So you really got them in the new age, where you have learnt to stand in your power and learnt that the old paradigm, the just be, is not working for people, because they would have asked you the questions, you would have said, "Oh, the answer is just be," and you would have looked on their face and gone, because you put yourself in their shoes. You're an empath, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to hear that, so I don't want to say that. So let's drill down and get more specific. I just love it.
We need more of the nitty gritty, because the people that I work with are willing to do the work. Yeah. And in the answer, just be, there's work. There's work to just be, you know? It's like, well, what does that look like? Let's get down to the brass tacks of that.
That's a big one. What does that look like?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because people don't know. People, when they're having a session,
like just home, meditate all day, and
it means different things to different people.
Totally. So they're laughing at us now, but they're kind of going, "Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong."
Yeah. So, they get it. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
No. And it's always love. It's always loving, as you know, working with the Galactics. It is the true, demonstration of unconditional love, that energy that we feel flowing from all the different star races that we work with. you know.
Yeah. But the reality is, I'm sure when we kick the bucket and cross over ourselves and people are calling on us, and our answer will still be just be as well,
Just
because
be,
we'll have such
we'll
a
be
bigger
at that,
perspective on it, and it'll just make perfect sense
we'll
to
be at
us.
that level of consciousness. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And Deanne says it's discouraging to hear just be when you want real direction. And yeah, that's really what it is like, okay, can you elaborate, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys elaborate on what does that look like for what steps do I need to take in order to get to that energy of just being? Because that really is a good answer.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Absolutely. And that's why you are the people's channeler.
Oh, I love that.
You
The
just get to
people's channeler. I should make buttons. I should get buttons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
All right. So like I said, if you want to join Rebecca on Patreon, it's up there. If you want to book sessions with Rebecca, it's down there. You will not be disappointed in either, because I'm a member of Patreon, and I have had sessions with Rebecca. All right. So thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do with you. So let's do it. I'm excited.
Awesome. All right. So I'll just boot you back into the green room, and you can watch from there. Make sure you drink some water and go to the toilet as well if need be. All right. I'm just going to bring up my stuff. All right, my love. Okay, people. How fun was that? So, need my hand held. Exactly right. Exactly right. Don't we all? Don't we all? We need step-by-step instructions, right? We're in a three-dimensional reality. We need human answers. So, yeah. Otherwise, it just brings up more questions. We end up chasing our tails, making sure every stone's unturned, when really you just had to let go of everything. That's what just being is. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So can I ask that you all just drink some water? And if you need to go to the toilet, now would be a good time, because for the next, I don't know, little bit, it's going to be somewhat of a meditation for you guys. And I apologize in advance if you can hear my 8-month-old daughter, who is upstairs, but she screams like a banshee with happiness. All right. So, as you would probably know on your on Rebecca's Patreon and mine, I sent through the symbol. If anyone hasn't seen it, I'm going to put it up right meow. So this particular symbol was channeled and given to me from the Arcturians. This symbol you will be attuned to, but it's an absolute activation symbol which you're probably going to remember for the rest of your life. It is about activating more of your DNA. It is about releasing the old version of you, the old structures, the old belief system, anything that's standing in your way to stepping into this expansive energy that you are absolutely worthy of. So, as we run through this meditation, I will tell you to look up into the clouds at one point, and you'll see that symbol. I will just want you to really just keep focused on that symbol and nothing else, just feeling the energy of it. And I'm sure that if you stare at the symbol for long enough right now, you can already feel the energy from it. I certainly can. Rebecca did, and Charlotte certainly did as well. But yeah, I will keep that up the whole time, even though you should have your eyes closed anyway. But if you want to open it at that point and have a peek, if you forget what the symbol looks like, you can certainly do that. The symbol's important. The clouds, the purple clouds are important. And yeah, we can go from there. Does anybody have any questions or need anything before we start? You ready? Perfect, Tara. Ready, Moon? Okay. Yeah, Deb, you're right. Okay. All right, so if everyone can please close down their eyes with me. And let's just begin together by taking a slow, deep breath in through the nose. And on the inhale, just feeling this beautiful light travel right up to the very, very top of your head. Put all your attention there and hold your breath at the top. And on the exhale, just feeling that awareness just gently drift down to your heart. Yes, Nadia, you can. And one more slow, deep breath in through the nose, just bringing in all that light. Feel it travel right up to the very, very top of your head. Put all your attention there and hold it. And on the exhale, once again, feeling that awareness drift back down to your heart space. And just bringing your breathing back to a normal, comfortable rhythm. But on each out breath, just feeling more and more relaxed. Just noticing any tension in your shoulders, just soften and release. Just letting go of any stress in your jaw and your cheeks and your neck. And just becoming aware of where your hips and tailbone are connected to the chair or couch or bed, wherever you are. There is no place you need to be except here and now in this present moment with us. And just repeating after me now, I am open. I receive. I fully surrender. I trust. I am so safe. I am activating. So bring forward the Arcturians now to gather around you and make their presence felt with the intention of clearing and releasing the old to align you to the vibration of the new, to activate more of your DNA, to shift you to your highest, healthiest, and most abundant timeline. So be it, and so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. So I want you to imagine yourself standing on a field of grass. Just feel the grass between your toes. A gentle breeze brush past your cheek. It's a beautiful summer's day. And from deep in the earth, I want you to feel white light coming up through the soles of your feet. Feeling that beautiful light travel up your calves, past your knees, up your thighs, into your hips and abdomen. Just feeling this beautiful white light travel up through your stomach, getting brighter and brighter as it travels up through your chest and shoulders and falls effortlessly down your arms and into your hands. Just feel your whole torso filling up with light as it travels up through your throat and up into your head, swirling around. And just feeling that bright white light shooting out the top of your head and going deep into the universe. Divinely connecting you between the earth, yourself, and the universe with beautiful white light. Now from the universe, traveling down is this beautiful, strong purple light. Feel it travel down into your crown. And just feel that purple light travel down into your third eye. Feeling your cheeks start to soften as it travels down into your throat. Clearing and aligning with that beautiful purple light as it washes down into your heart. And feel as it travels down into your solar plexus. Feel yourself getting more and more relaxed. Just letting go of anything as it travels down into your sacral. And then down into your root. Just feeling it as it travels down your thighs, past your knees, down your calves, into and out the soles of your feet and deep into the center of the earth. So you now have two strong, bright light cords connecting you to both the earth and the universe, one in bright white and one in very strong purple. Now together on this field of grass, I want you to look up and notice purple clouds. And just staring at the clouds, you see that geometric shape appear in this fluoro purple. want you to keep all your attention on that geometric shape. Really feel yourself connecting to it. And just noticing that with each inhale, you can feel that shape get brighter. You're doing that yourself. And then you start to notice that around that shape, becoming more prominent, becomes these blue diamonds, like an electric blue diamond. You see 3 of them. And you notice that one is brighter than the others. And it's getting bigger as it moves closer to you until it sits right on top of your crown. And just feel as it magnetizes to your crown and starts shifting down into your crown. Just noticing on each inhale, it's expanding within your crown. Feel the tingles as it restructures, as it clears, and as it activates. This is all for you, and you are so worthy. Just feeling it expanding outwards. With that blue diamond. Feel your crown aligning to a new vibration, aligning to a new you. Activating your gifts that are within your birthright. Aligning you to the abundance frequency. Aligning you to the new earth. And opening your connection to the galactics. And as that diamond keeps expanding, filling up your whole energetic field, you look back up at that symbol. And notice another blue diamond getting bigger as it comes towards you. And comes right in front of your third eye. You can already feel the connection going into your third eye. feeling that energy. And just feeling as it magnetizes and moves inwards into your third eye, clearing away any of the old, any hooks, any blocks, any shadows, any calcification. Instantly releasing it. Feel that pressure. And at the same time, as it starts expanding within your third eye, it's activating your gifts. It's aligning your frequency. It's bringing your clairs online. If you start to feel dizzy, it's okay. Just roll with it. It is helping push you to a new reality. Sit with that energy in your third eye for a moment as it keeps expanding. You are worthy. This is all for you. This is your reality. Good. As it continues to expand in all directions, filling up your whole auric field. Together we look back up at the sky, and you'll see a third diamond in the clouds, in blue, getting bigger as it moves down towards your heart. Really be open to receive for this. Really allow. As it moves into your heart, magnetizing, instantly starting to clear the old way of thinking, the old way of feeling, the old trauma. Starting to fill you with joy, with wholeness, with oneness. With strength. As this starts to expand with each inhale, expanding outwards, it's activating and aligning your frequency to the next level, to the new earth. And you'll notice that as it expands, it starts filtering down through each chakra and up through each chakra, all 114 chakras. Aligning to the new you, the healthier you, the more aligned you, the more abundant you, the more gifted and joyous and strong you. Just give you a moment to feel that expansiveness. Good. Now, as that keeps expanding and filling up your whole energetic field, it's healing any tears in your auric field. And as it does so, you once again look up in the sky at that symbol and you'll see a red diamond getting brighter. As it's coming towards your root, your base. Feeling it travel into the base, magnetized. Letting go of any trauma, any feelings of insecurity, any fears, any doubts, any of the old programming. Instantly transmuting them into strength and joy, power, into love, into sovereignty. And together feeling that red diamond as it expands in all directions. When you feel as that diamond now travels down your thighs, past your knees, down your calves, into and out the soles of your feet, and deep, deep, so deep into the center of the earth. Now, with all those structures in place, that alignment in place, bring yourself back to being on that field. And as you do so, you look ahead now and you'll see in front of you a purple portal opening, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Firstly, just connect to the energy of that portal. Feel the power of that portal. And together, we are going to, with love and so much gratitude, we are going to, in 3 seconds, step through the portal into our new reality. In 3, 2, 1. Stepping through the portal until you find yourself on the other side. I want you to take a moment to breathe and notice that the air is cleaner. Notice how you feel with no restrictions. Notice how light you feel, how aligned you feel, how safe you feel, and how at home you feel. And together I want you to turn around and look back at that portal and see it closing behind you. It is never to open again. We are not the old anymore. This is our new reality. And we are worthy. Just feeling it completely close. Good. And together we're going to take a deep breath in. And out. And one more deep breath in. And out. And with so much love and gratitude and oneness, when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to me. Oh. All right, beautiful beings. So that might take a little bit to come back from, especially the people in the UK, because it's silly o'clock in the morning. But yeah, by all means, let me know how that was for you, what you felt, how you feel now. No doubt a lot calmer. Never felt so light in my life. Yeah. Activated and attuned. Refreshed, Danny. Awesome. And it's my pleasure. It is our pleasure. That's great, Danny. Nadia, you are very welcome. Felt like arriving home, Mel. Excellent. Amanda, that's beautiful to hear. I felt the pressure and ended up refreshed. That's great, Denise. Content, Lindsay, that's good. Emotional, yeah. Yeah. And you can tell it's a lot of different things to a lot of people because there's a lot of things that needed removing and activating. So, but I'm glad you all enjoyed it. All tingly and emotional, yeah. Riley says I feel a freeing feeling. Excellent. Excellent. Long overdue, right? Unexplainable, yeah. Feeling kind of reborn. That's how I felt as well. Yeah. I'm going to bring Rebecca up shortly, and we'll see what her opinion was on it, what her experience was, I should say. Amber says lots of releases through tears. I feel more whole and confident. Yes, Amber. Awesome. Awesome. It's really important, guys, moving forward, that you're making decisions and choices based on this new version of you. Mira says, I've expanded so much. Yes, yes. Like I said, it was and like Rebecca said as well, it's a very important time to do it, very pertinent time to do it. The gateway is open. I feel like I'm looking through different eyes, honestly. Yes, yes. I kept going into memories. Yep, yep. While you're still typing, guys, I'm going to bring Rebecca up. Rebecca, do you want to come back up? Yeah.
Hello. I also had a whole bunch of past life memories come up from Arcturus that it was all brand new. And you were there, Jai. It was
Who'd have thought?
very interesting. I'm not going to get into the details of it now, but it's like it was a whole lifetime that came up. It was wild.
Awesome. Awesome. Honestly, I feel like I'm floating in all the colors. Yeah. I really feel like that was probably one of the most important activations that I've done. So I'm really glad that it helped. If you guys want more activations and you don't know, there's my Patreon right there. 7-day free trial anyway, so you can suss it out. But I've got activations for every chakra and healings for everything. And yeah,
I have to say, you have the best voice for these guided meditative healings, activations. I got into theta really fast.
Yeah.
And normally it takes a lot for me to get there because I'm operating up here all the time with my channeling, right? So
Yeah.
for me to get down there, it was like within 60 seconds. Like it was almost
Beautiful.
like what I've experienced in hypnosis. It was very, very deep. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. And I used to not like the sound of my voice. When I started doing podcasts and things, I'd never listened to them back but I just felt that it sounded so average. Nothing
It
to it.
sounds very Australian.
It sounds very Australian. I make no apologies for that.
The other thing I wanted to mention too is for those of you who are just coming to Jai for the first time, he literally has a healing for anything on his Patreon. He has a massive library of pre-recorded past healings that will it's just about accessing the energy, so it doesn't matter that it's recorded. But he has
So
massive
even
library.
little things like a headache. If you wake up with a headache in the morning, you can search for headache, and there's one in there, and you do it for 2 minutes, and it's done. You can go about your day. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
So
anything. And if you don't find what you're looking for, message him and he'll make it. He'll do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's astral travel meditations to the dragon realm, to the mermaid realm. There's learning to see auras. There's protection rituals. There's a lot of good stuff. I took people to the Pleiadian ship. Do you remember that? Yeah, there's a 2-part Pleiadian thing. I took them to the Pleiadian ship off the coast of Pensacola. So it was cool.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are all over. The
Yeah.
one that I frequent is above the Rockies in the US, the Rocky
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that video that you sent me the other day of the cloaking. That was cool.
I don't normally like forward
Mm,
UFO sighting videos because I think 99% of them are AI and
yeah.
maybe not 99%, 75% probably.
Yeah.
But those two that I sent you really resonated. I feel into the energy of it and I'm like, okay, there's beings there. Like you can feel the energy there, right?
Yeah. The first portal, as soon as I stepped through, I flew above what looked like the Grand Canyon. Very relaxed. Oh wow.
So cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So cool.
Just remember, guys, you can still do this whole thing for life. You've got access to the whole lot. You can keep doing it as many times as you want if you wanted to. You don't necessarily have to, because as long as you remember that activation symbol, which is the sacred geometry, um, then it'll bring you back to this newly healed and activated state. So it's
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much
gift.
for doing that for us. And
No,
thank you
look,
to the
thank you.
Arcturians as
Yeah, yeah, I
well.
was going to say that. Thank you to the Arcturians who've been so humble and forthright, and yeah, they're very, very powerful yet loving beings. So I just
Very.
love everything about them. Love working with
Me
them.
too.
Yeah, spent a lot of time working hand in hand with them in my healings. So
Yeah. I
um,
saw a whole bunch of them too, especially right at the beginning when right before you had said sort of envision them coming and circling around you. They all lined up. They were all different heights. Most of them were blue. Most of them were bald. Just your typical Arcturians, you know?
yeah, yeah,
They're giggling. They're giggling as I describe them. I was going to say, too, they're in cloak, kind of like robes,
yeah,
lighter
yeah,
colored robes.
yeah.
Um, Oh, that's a good question. Amber's asking a good question.
Yes, every part about it. None of it came from me. I'd like to take the credit for it, but I can't.
Well, I think the Arcturians would probably say, I'm just going to have to play devil's advocate here. And, you know, the transmission wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for your own unique coding. So you're actually playing more of a significant role as the channel. And would it have been a different channel, even myself? It would have been different energy coming through, different codes coming through, because you have to think about your field and its unique coding as a filter that energy needs to move through, and it transmutes as it moves through that filter. So the reason that you're here is because you have a unique coding that allows for the amplification of that energy to come through. So I'm just gonna squash that humility, that human humility, and stand in your power of that, because
Yeah.
you're a pretty badass healer, right?
No, I'm not one to talk myself up, you know that. But yeah, I'm very grateful.
But that is how it works. So just so everyone knows, you all have your own coding and your own gifts as well, right? So it's really easy for us to go, oh, that wasn't me, but that was a very Jai energy as well that came through that I experienced. That's my experience, So, and I appreciate that and I value that. So,
Oh,
anyways,
thank you.
I'll let you stop blushing now. Sorry, Charlotte.
So what else was I going to say? Yeah, if you're not following me on TikTok, then do follow myself to get notified when I go live next. I go live often, and along with I work with lots of different multi-dimensional beings, but Arcturians are obviously more prominent in what I do. But I've also been working with Chief White Cloud, who is a Native American Indian spirit, and he is used to remove heavy metals from people's bodies and brains, which is apparently more important than any of us realize needs to happen for us to keep bringing in and integrating these light codes that come. So it's yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
M knows. So yeah, really important. I do them in little sessions on TikTok as well, because they don't take long. The sessions only take sort of 5 minutes.
Do you
And
need
yeah,
more than
very
one
important.
chai? How does that work?
So, well, according to White Cloud, at least at the beginning, you need one a month. So
Okay.
that just goes to show you how much heavy metals are just in our reality
Right.
without us even trying, like sprayed on us and, deodorants and
It's really
tattoos and all
interesting.
that sort of stuff.
One of the collective themes, I guess you could call it, that I picked up on at the beginning of 2025 was detoxification in the collective. So
Mm,
not only are we, going to benefit from these types of healings, but we are all being more deeply intuitively called to clean up our bodies,
yeah,
you know? So
yeah,
eating different foods, cutting certain foods out, moving our bodies, exercising, taking vitamins, whatever it is, being in the sun more, outside more, grounding more, anything that's going to impact the physical body. Because the way they explain it to me, the guides, is that as our vibration rises, if the physical body is still at a certain level of density, it won't allow for further rising of the consciousness. Like the body has to catch up with the consciousness, right?
without being in significant pain.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, yeah. I mean, we
And if
could
you don't
do
have
it.
awareness of that, you go to hospital thinking there's something really wrong with you, and
Oh
that's
yeah, and
because you're
that's what
just
ascension
not
symptoms
aligning.
are. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Exactly. That's
yeah.
a great point. It would be,
Can you
you
imagine if
know,
you didn't have that awareness, though, Rebecca, and you went to the hospital and
yeah,
they told you that you are sick and you are dying,
yeah,
and because they've got a PhD, you believe
yeah,
it, and if
yeah,
you believe it, you manifest it, and that's your reality.
yeah, yep. I just had a really interesting conversation with my naturopathic doctor this past Friday, about similar sort of the allopathic versus the naturopathic approach and what she's starting to see and the types of people that she's starting to see come through her door, are very different now, which is great,
Mm,
And I'm not saying that there's no place for allopathic medicine. There certainly is. The guides also believe there is, but we have to use our discernment, right?
yeah, and these things can work hand in hand as well. But
Absolutely. And they
the
will.
amount of healings that I do with for people with like stage 4 cancer,
Yeah.
like on a daily basis, that are still going through chemo and radiation,
Yeah.
that this complements them and they all get better because of it. Like,
When
um,
my mom was
it
going
can
through
work
treatment.
hand in hand. It can
Yep,
ease the symptoms of it, you know?
absolutely. When
In
my
fact,
mom
I
was
did it on somebody, just 1 second, sorry. I did it on somebody who literally said to the radiation doctor, said, "Am I supposed to be feeling this good? Like, I heard I'm meant to be feeling really rubbish, and it's because
interesting.
he's getting healings the whole time." So,
Yeah. My mom
yeah.
got Reiki the entire time she was going through treatment. I don't think she was willing to. I think Reiki is a little bit more socially acceptable than galactic healing or whatever we want to call it, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same stuff, it's just all energy. But every time she came out of a Reiki session, I wasn't doing the Reiki, it was another person doing it. She had relief from her
Yeah.
symptoms from chemo and radiation.
Mhm. Yeah,
So energy's magic, it's just magic.
exactly. And that's why it's so important for, um, everybody who's done my course now and learning to do what I do, level 1 and 2, so important because they are anchor points in the world, throughout Earth, connecting to that crystalline grid, to the energetic grid of the Earth. And they are doing the things that I do on a daily basis as well. So they get to help people heal that wouldn't normally have access to me or anyone else. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so beautiful and such a bigger thing than I realized when I channeled the
Mm-hmm.
courses.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. It's
Yeah.
like a ripple effect, right? It's like love is contagious, healing, support, compassion is contagious. And when two people come together, then they go their separate ways and they bring that energy with them. And that's really what ascension is. It's
Yeah.
just that ripple effect of love, of
Yeah.
kindness, of, healing.
Yeah. And it like Deborah said just here, it's not about cancer. She had her friend who was in a car accident and needed to have many surgeries, with like a ridiculous amount of broken bones. Her tongue, I think, from memory, was like almost bitten off, and or something like that. It was pretty messed up. She was going to die.
Wow.
And I did a healing on her, and she's now perfect. So it's these sorts of things that we need to have these anchor points all over the earth to be able to do that. Because imagine if she didn't know me. She was lucky enough to know me through Deb, and that's it. So
Mhm.
we need these things all over the world, because
Totally.
my goodness, what we're about to go through on a surface level,
Yeah.
people are going to need that
Yeah.
help.
What it makes me think of
There
is
you go, Deb. That's beautiful. Yeah. Sorry,
back to
Rebecca.
driving. That's great.
Hmm.
What it makes me think of, Jai, is the work that I've done with the med beds, and connecting with the consciousness, the conscious AI of the
Hmm.
galactic med beds.
Hmm.
And one of the things I learned, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, what your experience is that, because I've had people come wanting to go to the med beds and I've guided them for med bed healings. Um, and they're not getting relief. And so I'm going to the AI and going, what's going on? What and what I discovered was that these people were trying to heal things that were within their soul contract to
Yeah.
experience. There was
I knew
karma
you'd say that.
connected to it. There was
Yeah.
a lot of past life stuff, soul contracts with different individuals. So I'm just curious. So I know you're aware that those can be sort of barriers, right? At times, but how do you sort of navigate around that, or can
Hmm.
you?
Yeah.
What's your experience with that?
Yep. So, um, yes, soul contracts are a big thing, and that is what stops a lot of it, because it's lessons that need to be learned. And it's firstly from a healing point of view, healer point of view, realizing that that's not up to us to affect their journey. Because if that is attached to karma,
Hmm.
attached to things that they have to do, and we stand in their way, stop them from doing that, through the guise of helping them, obviously,
Right.
they get to the end of their life, they reincarnate, they have to do the whole lot again. They have to learn the
Right.
same lesson again, right? So
Exactly.
we
Yeah.
are inadvertently causing them more problems by trying to fix this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're putting almost like a roadblock, or
yeah,
because I don't think we would ever be or as someone who maybe had some sort of karmic contract that manifested in some sort of physical illness or ailment. I don't think we would be, I'll use the term, allowed to heal that. And if we try to interfere, if we try to look into it or muck with the energy, then we can prolong the process rather than, so it becomes kind of counterproductive,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So there's two things. One is that soul contract, and two is the belief system.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
which it circumvents anything. So,
That's the biggest
you
thing.
could spend every single night in the med beds, but if you don't believe that they're going to work, they're not going to work.
It's not going to work.
If you
That's
don't believe that I'm going to work, that I'm not going to work. Like,
right. You
it's
have
like
to
it's
be
just
open,
it's all
ready,
based on your
willing.
belief system. Yeah, yeah. So if there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you will heal, then that's something that you need to work on fundamentally before anything else.
And expectations also on time and intensity of recovery, all of those kinds of things I've seen people struggle with because they're going, well, I've had one sitting with the galactics, and so I should be healed because they're the galactics. And as soon as we create those expectations, we block ourselves from really healing, really ascending, really raising our vibration. It's like I call it like the God complex. Like we think we know better, or we think we know how it should be. Sometimes we don't even realize that's what we're doing a lot of the time, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So from a healer, I should say, point of view, um, it's a big lesson for me, that one that I constantly work on to this day, and that is trying to let go of the outcome,
Right. That's
because
hard.
there are things that are just out of our human scope.
Totally.
Yeah,
I can relate to that so much. I've had people come and do readings with me who are experiencing spiritual psychosis.
yeah,
And at that point, I haven't yet been, I've had a couple of handfuls of people who've gone through their awakening, moved into that sort of psychosis state,
yeah,
which is just all that high vibrational energy with no grounding,
yeah,
basically. Right. Um, And although I can see that it's part of the journey, there's a lot of the time there's karma in it. Like it's a whole bunch of different layered things.
yeah,
But I haven't yet been able to help somebody out of that. And that's been really challenging for me,
yeah.
because I'm
Of
not
course.
supposed to, you
No,
know.
but that's the empath in you. You want to.
Yeah, of
You
course.
want to
Like I
heal the
want
world. You
them
want to
to
make everyone feel better. Yeah,
just shake them and go, wake up,
yeah.
and that's what they've done. And it's.
Look, having said that, there's very little people um, who don't get benefit from what I do, and I find that that's because that part is bigger than me as well. That they've come to me because they were meant to come
Absolutely.
to me, and
Totally.
so I don't really get too much of
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. And I don't get a lot of that either. I find that the universe puts people in front of me who I'm supposed to help. I'm
Yeah,
legitimately supposed to help, right?
yeah. So there has only been one person that has that had, I don't know whether, I can't say it had little benefit. Maybe it made him um, made the process easier, but he had terminal cancer. He ended up dying 2 days later, but he came to me from the hospital. So he went from the hospital where he was told that there's nothing else that we can do, and just to go home and make yourself comfortable.
Mm.
He drove from there to see me. He was already in a very, very bad way.
Mm.
Um, and then hopefully I got to make the process of crossing over easy for him. But
Well, you
the
100%.
reason I say that is because another thing that we can't control is exit points.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's absolutely right. And that's the hardest. The human part of us, right? The empathic part of us that doesn't have that full higher consciousness yet to be in that complete acceptance, right? There's a
Yeah.
resistance there.
And his wife emailed me and said that she was very grateful and made the process easier, and he felt lighter through his transition.
Oh, great.
So that was something. At least
Yeah,
I've found
that's
some.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
I like to think that even the people that I mentioned that maybe I didn't help, I've planted some sort of seed somewhere, you know?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely would have. Yeah, yeah. Because
So
like
we
I said,
just,
it's far bigger than us, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Joy help me through my
Okay. So
psychosis
Lux,
type
you've been
thing.
there.
but also 5-6 months of dealing with all of it. You should see Lux now.
Well, I see her on TikTok.
Yeah, they're a superstar. Like, yeah, crazy, spiritually aligned and gifted.
Awesome.
But
So
Lux does the work. She
glad
does.
you're here, Lux. Glad you are all here. And the energy is just so grounded and so clear. Jai, I'm just so unbelievably grateful to know you and to be able to connect with you, with Charlotte as well. I try not to put you both in the same pod, but I do. Sorry.
Well,
But
we're in a way a very similar energy.
yes, well, that's part of it too.
Yesterday we were wearing the same color jumper and short and pants, and then today, like, I walk upstairs after getting dressed, and she's wearing the same stuff, same color as well. I'm like, what's going on? She goes, yeah, we're the
Charlotte,
same
I bet
person
you
now.
probably looked a little bit nicer. It wasn't identical, was it?
No, it wasn't identical.
I'm
Color.
joking. No, I have to express my gratitude because I think it's important that for me to do that. I always feel called to do that when I feel really grateful. And I'm so grateful for this group, truly. People who are coming and wanting to do this and wanting to expand and transcend, these old versions of themselves. Not that they're bad, they're just no longer serving the collective and where we're going.
Yeah.
And then just to connect with people like yourself who are basically, like myself, dedicated our lives to this ascension, this transition that we're going through. It's a big deal. And I'm just so grateful because I know the path is not it's not always easy. It can be lonely, it can be painful. It can be there can be lots of fear, and so I just have a deep amount of gratitude for all of you guys and for you in particular, Jai.
Oh, much love to you. Thank you for saying that. And likewise, that you know how important you are to me. I say that quite often. But yes, thank you everyone for being with us today. It's been an amazing event, just as we thought it would be. When you channel it, it ends up that way, right?
Yep, exactly.
So I believe it's next weekend. I have an event with Chrissy. So if you want to head to my link tree, you can, which is just there. You'll be able to see that if you want to.
And then the weekend after, I have an event with Chrissy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, and that will be in your link tree as well. So
that's right. It's in there. It's in there.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys. Sending you so
amazing.
much love.
We love you. And thank you again, Rebecca. And we'll talk again soon, guys. Bye.